right, let's get into it. If you've ever played one of those absolutely mind-blowing Geometry Dash levels and thought to yourself, man, I wish I could make something like that, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful, creative tools in all of gaming, the Geometry Dash Level Editor. We're not just talking about placing a few blocks here and there. No, this is about building entire worlds, and I'm going to show you how to get started. You know, the official guide for the editor says it best. The opportunities are endless. And honestly, it's not an exaggeration. From a simple, perfectly timed challenge to a sprawling, story-driven adventure, the only thing holding you back is your own imagination. And this editor, this is the key that unlocks all of it.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. The first time you open up that editor, it can feel, well, a little overwhelming, right? You've got a totally blank screen, all these buttons and icons everywhere. You're just thinking, where do I even start? Don't worry, we are going to break this down piece by piece so it all makes sense.
So first up, Section 1, your creative playground. Look, before you can build a skyscraper, you gotta know your way around the construction site. This first part is all about just getting comfortable with a workspace, the place where all your awesome ideas are gonna come to life. First things first, how do you even get in there? It's actually super simple. From the main menu, just click that little hammer and wrench button on the right. Then, up in the top left, hit Create. That'll show you all the levels you've already made. To start something new, just tap New, give your masterpiece a name, and then click the little button with the hammer and gear on the left. Boom, you're in. And here we are, your blank canvas. Now take a look at the bottom left. You'll see 3 tabs that are going to be your new best friends: Build, Edit, and Delete. It's really simple. Build is for adding new stuff. Edit is for changing the stuff you've already placed. And Delete, well, you can probably guess what that one does. You're going to be hopping between these 3 constantly. Okay, on to Section 2. Choose your vibe. Every single great level has its own unique feel, its own personality. This is where you make those big picture choices that define what your level is all about. And it all starts with that little gear icon in the top right corner. Now listen up, because this is probably the single most important decision you're going to make, and you can't go back and change it. I'm talking about the game type. Classic is what you know and love. The camera scrolls automatically, and it's all about rhythm and timing your jumps. But platformer mode, that's a whole new world. It gives the player full control to move left and right. This opens up doors for exploration, collecting things, whatever you can dream up. So what's it going to be? A high-speed dash or a sprawling adventure? Next up, what is arguably the soul of every Geometry Dash level? The music. You just can't have one without a killer track. In that same settings menu, you can pick one of the official songs, or you can tap Custom. This gives you access to a huge library of music from places like Newgrounds. And remember, the song you pick isn't just background noise. It sets the whole mood, the pace, the energy of your level. So spend some time and find a song that really gets you excited to build. All right, Section 3, the building blocks. We've set the stage, we've got our soundtrack, now it's time to get our hands dirty. We're going to start placing the actual physical objects that the player will be jumping on, over, and around. If you click on the Build tab, you'll see your basic toolkit. Let's start with the absolute essentials. You've got your blocks. These are your solid ground, your walls, your ceilings. Then you have slopes, which are just angled blocks that let you slide around smoothly. And of course, spikes, the classic you touch this, you die obstacle. Seriously, these 3 things are the bread and butter of pretty much every level ever made. So, placing objects is one thing, but moving them around with precision is where the magic happens. Here's the basic process you'll be using over and over. First, switch over to that Edit tab. If you want to grab a bunch of objects at once, make sure you enable Swipe. Once you've got them selected, you can use the little arrow buttons to nudge them around, or the circular arrows to rotate them. And hey, if the grid is holding you back, just turn on Free Move, and you can place things exactly where you want them, down to the pixel. It's really that straightforward. Tired of those default blue blocks? Yeah, me too. This is where color channels come in, and they're awesome. Just select an object, hit Edit Object over on the right, and you can assign it to a color channel. Let's say you pick Channel 1. Now you can go into your color settings and decide that Channel 1 is going to be a bright, fiery red. The cool part? Any other object you also assign to Channel 1 will instantly turn that same red. It's a super powerful way to manage your level's color scheme. Okay, Section 4, making it fun. Look, a level that's just blocks and spikes is fine. It's a start, but what makes a level truly memorable is the interactive stuff, the things that make the player do more than just jump. Let's get into the good stuff. One of the most important concepts to understand for gameplay is the difference between pads and orbs. They might look kinda similar, but they work in totally different ways. Pads are totally automatic. If the player touches a yellow pad, they get a jump boost. That's it. Orbs, on the other hand, require the player to do something. You have to physically click or tap while your icon is over the orb to get the effect. It's a simple but crucial difference. Pads create a set path, while orbs test a player's timing and skill.
Now, if you really want to blow some minds, you've got to use portals. These things are literal game changers. Flying through a portal can instantly change the rules of the level, so you could be running along as the normal cube, but then you pass through a pink portal and bam, suddenly you're a flying ship, and the gameplay is completely different. There are portals for every game mode, plus ones that flip gravity, change your size. You can get really creative with these.
Okay, now we get to the really cool part. Section 5, Unleashing the Magic. Up until now, everything we've talked about happens when the player touches something. But what if you want pillars to rise out of the ground on their own? Or you want the colors to flash and pulse with the beat of the music? To do that, my friend, you need to learn the secret language of the editor. And that language is triggers. So what the heck is a trigger? The best way to think about it is like an invisible tripwire that shouts a command. You place it in your level, but when someone plays it, they can't see it at all. As soon as the player's icon crosses that invisible line, the trigger activates and does something. This is the real brain of your level. Triggers are how creators make things move, make colors pulse, shake the camera. All those incredible effects you see in the top-rated levels, it's all done with triggers. Let's walk through your very first trigger, the move trigger. It looks complicated, but I promise it's just a simple recipe. Step 1. Place an object you want to move. Then, click Edit Group and give it a group ID. Think of this like giving it a name. Let's call it Group 1. Step 2. Place a move trigger right where you want that movement to begin. Step 3. Open that trigger's settings. Step 4. Tell the trigger what to move by setting the target group ID to 1. And finally, Step 5. Tell it how to move using Move X or Move Y. If you put 10 in the Move Y box, that tells the object to move up by 1 full block. And that's it. You just made your first animation. It's that simple. So, you've built a foundation, you've added fun gameplay, you've even programmed a little bit of magic. What's left? Section 6, Share Your Creation. It's time to test your level, polish it up, and get it ready to send out into the world. Now, testing is absolutely 100% crucial. You've got 2 main ways to do it. While you're in the editor, you can hit the little play button in the top left. This is great for quickly checking one specific part, like, is this jump actually possible? But before you upload, you have to use Save and Play from the pause menu. This plays the level exactly how everyone else will experience it, from the very beginning. It's the only way to be sure the whole thing works together. Once you're happy with how your level plays, and this is a big one, you have personally beaten it from start to finish in one go to prove it's possible, you're finally ready to share it. A couple of clicks from the level menu and your creation goes live on the Geometry Dash servers for anyone in the world to find, play, and hopefully enjoy. So let's just take a step back and look at what you can do now. You know how to set up a brand new level, give it a style, and pick its music. You can place and edit all the basic blocks and spikes. You know how to add fun gameplay with pads and orbs. You can even bring your level to life with a simple move trigger. And you know how to pest it and get it ready for everyone else to play. You've got the complete foundation. The tools are all there, the knowledge is in your head, and that blank canvas is sitting right there in the editor, just waiting for you. So the only real question left is, what will you create?